64. Tomorrow, sunny skies and a high near 86. Clear tomorrow night.
Turn my radio off so I don't get a copyright off the news. Give you all a little bit of a rundown, maybe a ride along, whatever you want to call it. This is what I got going on. Tater was back there cutting. Right now, he's over there broke down. He picks them trees up with them tongs on the Quadco, and I think that's what happened. He won't tell me if it did or not, but I think when he's picking them trees up and pulling to him, he snapped a pin on his pinchers, his upper arms. He snapped the pin that holds the cylinder to that arm. He's over there fixing that. All this broke down yesterday. Roger lost reverse in the grapple skidder. My open and close on my rotoback, one of the wires going from the controller in here up and out and down to the head, one of the wires broke. We found it, actually Tater found it, and got it fixed. Junkyard had a problem with the air conditioner in the top secret project, and Big Daddy's air conditioner and the bulldozer quit working, and I had a stop from a tree limb run through my semi-tire on Old Blue, so I wasn't able to take a load of logs home last night. All that happened yesterday. So now today, I am bucking logs way back here at the back side of this job, and I figured why not let you all have a little ride along on and see what I'm doing. Which ain't much, just bucking logs. But anyways, yesterday Roger and Tater was back here at the end of the job, cutting and skidding, and Roger was dragging these up to a stockpile, and now I'm just running through, topping them out, cleaning them up, and bucking up logs. And I'm by no means any professional at bucking up logs. I would love to learn more about it because I find it interesting. But I'm scared to death to make a judgment call. Like poplar, it don't bother me. I mean, it's common sense. Hard maple kind of bothers me. White oak definitely bothers me. Walnut bothers me. Soft maple bothers me. Ash, pretty well everything but poplar and sycamore and cottonwood. Everything else bothers me to buck up. And I'm making judgment on it like I cut a walnut a while ago, but it was a small walnut. But I went ahead and I bucked it up, and I talked to Tater about it to see what his thoughts was, and he said it done fine on it. But I don't want to have to stop everything I'm doing to ask somebody, hey, what do you think about that? Well, you done good. Okay, thanks. Go cut up another one. Hey, what do you think about that? I hate doing that. I'm always questioning myself, and Tater says that's a good thing to keep questioning yourself when you're bucking up logs. But my God, when do you ever get anything done? You're sitting there scratching your head all the time. Well, is this right? Is this right? And then come to find out it wasn't right. Okay, well, where did I mess up? Because now I don't even remember what I was doing to mess up about. I guess it's just part of learning the trade of bucking up logs. God, is it ever nerve-wracking. Like I said, I would love to learn more about it, and I hope I do, because especially with the din-din, this is just an awesome setup. Being able to top with it, being able to be mobile with it, go in the woods with it, there's just so much benefit to this machine. Take the head off, go do dirt work. Put the head back on, go right back to logging, and not bat an eye out. I mean, just, it's so versatile. And the cut-up table that Tater made, my God, is that thing ever handy. Just pick it up and go. You ain't gonna have somebody come in there to semi and move it. I just love this machine at times. It's still, I don't know. I miss hand cutting. I really do. Just something that I started out into. I started right there at the era of hand cutting and mechanical logging. but I learned enough of the hand cutting and got good enough at it and confident at it to where now I really do miss it, because I was so confident and so cocky about what I could do and what I could get away with that I actually miss it. I miss being cocky and knowing what I could and couldn't do. And now I'm starting to get that way in the den of, like on steep hills or like even bucking up logs. I'm starting to get, I'm venturing out a little bit and getting a little cocky with it, but I'm by no means knowing what I'm doing. But I stick a chainsaw in my hand, I'll get cocky as hell with it and confident as hell and know what I'm doing, because I've done it enough. It's just something new that I need to learn, and I'm willing to learn. But I also look back and thought, my God, look at all the potential and the direction that I had that I could have went with where I was going on hand cutting timber. But I understand the technologies there for mechanical logging. I understand that. I just miss it, really do. Kind of like that girlfriend you had when you was in high school. You didn't really know what you had until it's gone. That's about what it's like to me. I mean, I was really passionate into cutting timber. Loved it. And that's probably why my channel is somewhat what it is today. A lot of people used to like watching me hand cut. And I still got a lot of people that ask me to do hand cutting videos. And this right here is why I don't do them. It's because I'm stuck in this thing all the time. Tater does a lot more hand cutting than I do, but he's in the situation to do it, where he's got to have all the trees on the ground. So, you know, this ash here has got me concerned. I just sit here and look at it for a minute and think about it, because I understand what I need to do on my first cut, but if you don't understand the second cut, your first cut's absolutely pointless. So it's mind-boggling to me. And Tater throw it up there, bam, done with it. Big Mama throw it up there, bam, done with it. Big Daddy, every once in a while, he'll get stumbled on something like that and have to look and look and look. I don't know enough about it. I think it needs to be a 12. I want to pull a 14 on it, but I think it needs to be a 12. I'm going to go with a 12 and see what happens. This here's what I find myself doing a lot. Picking up and looking at my sweep, because it's hard to see your sweep when you're cutting off to the side like this in the den. And it's not bad. It's got some, but it ain't bad. Alright, now that problem's done. So let's go and look and see what I got on my next cut, because this is what I was concerned about. See, I think I should have went with a daggone 14 and then an 8. Because the sweep on it was real hard right there. Where that, because now I got to cut an 8. Where I probably should have cut a 14. And I still could have got by with an 8. It's one of them, I think I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And the sucky part about it is, the one that signs the paycheck is sitting up there in the boom, inspecting everything that's going up there to her that I'm out here doing. So she's sitting there thinking, what in the hell is going through his head? That's not too bad. She may not fire me over it. She might bitch about it. I believe she'll be happy with it. As long as I keep her happy, I think I'll be alright. this here off, even though it is solid wood, it's got what I call bat wings on it. It was a double tree, and they split the double in half. So it still had the wings on it from where the tree was tied together. So I cut them off. That way the guys at the sawmill ain't got to run over top of all that with the debark and tear the debarker up. It's about like a knot. Just get it out of the way. And instead of trying to trim it off with the din-din, because it was a little questionable for all the mineral that was in that spot, instead of just trimming the bat wings off and leaving the mineral on there, knock the mineral off and the bat wings at the same time. This in here, I ain't even going to throw it on the table. I'm just going to shorten it up. The rest that's junk anyways. Too far away from the mill to be messing with pulpwood. And we don't need the pulpwood right now anyways. Need logs in the sawmill. We got plenty of mulch. That ain't the issue. I ain't really paid attention to the log yard, but I bet we're no more than a week ahead of the sawmill right now. And that's giving us credit. It might just be a few days depending on how hard they want to saw. I need to clean this one up because it's got some issues on the butt that I need to be able to see more about. My chain's getting dull and I don't want to get off my butt and change the chain out. It's still pulling the motor down good though. It's just not cutting the way I want it to cut. And there's something going on with the pressure on the bar feed. I don't know what's going on with it. Every once in a while it's like it's getting too much down pressure and not enough chain speed, and it'll kill the saw out to where the saw won't keep up with the down pressure from the bar, is what I'm thinking. I don't know, but that's what I think. Tater's got some kind of hillbilly way of adding some pressure and adding chain speed, and I don't know if we've got something messed up now or not from his hillbilly method. I would try to explain it, but I don't even know what I'm talking about as far as to explain on what he's got done with that hillbilly method of adding pressure. He would be the person to ask because he's the one that done it. And I was there when he done it, but I didn't understand what he was doing. There's old junkyard. Well, he's got a big old poplar. Need to clean up my mess here. Starting to get dirty house cleaning habits. That over there is junk. We're just going to shove it right back down in the skid road. See, here's another bat wing. Guys at the sawmill don't want that stuff in there and that debark beating over top of it. And it's got all that cross grain in there for the head saw to get jacked up on and tear stuff up in the mill. So it's best off, if you got a chainsaw, you can clean that stuff up and make it presentable and decent enough to run through the mill and not tear a lot of equipment up. But it's hard to do it with the din-din, and I don't have a chainsaw on the din-din. I want to get me like a 461, the 572 Cape. I'd like to get me a small saw like that and keep it on the din-din, where if I see a missed tree that Tater forgot, I can jump out and cut it. Or like the bat wings, just jump out and trim that up. And it's going to gain a little bit of footage at the mill instead of leaving it out here in the woods on a skid trail. I'd like to do that with a small saw, but I ain't done it yet. Let me get this in here shortened up, and I'm going to get off here and get to work. it ought to be about time for part 2 of this setting. And you're not allowed to see part 2 just yet. But if you wait till, I'm going to say around, probably no later than August, the middle of August. Well, hang on. Towards the end of August, the first part of September, you'll actually be able to go on my channel and see this here and part 2 of this setting unfold. And that's all I can say. I'm not allowed to say any more because I'm gonna stick my foot in my mouth. And my foot hurts, and I don't want to put it in my mouth. What have I got here? It's another ash tree. I'm nervous. Alright, we're gonna go with my gut. I got a nervous gut, but we're gonna go with it. Doing another 12. It's got pretty dramatic taper on it. Not real bad, but it's got enough that's dead obvious. So I'm gonna go with the 12, and I might be able to get another 12 or 14 behind that. I'm gonna see what my sweep looks like. Oh, that looks good. I think I can pull a 14 off of her now. So now it really don't taper much. It holds good taper down for a good ways. I don't know what was going on with that tree there about the first 12, 13 foot, but it just lost taper all at once. Looks like another 12. Oh, that's a pretty log there. Oh, that's a pretty log. Nice job, Stevie. Pretty log. That one made me happy. Alright, now this is what I'm going to do. It's got a big tree limb down here, and it's a dead obvious that it needs to be bucked off right there. Now that's shortened my tree up enough to where Joni can take care of the rest of it. And I promise you will see exactly what I'm talking about shortly. I'm not allowed to show it. But you'll see what I got going on here later on somewhere else. And it'll be on my channel, but it'll be later on down the road on my channel. I gotta wait. Sorry you guys have to be cut off in the middle of what's going on, but it's about time for part 2. Appreciate all your support. Thanks for watching. Later on.